everybody, I'm the Pigglesworth, and welcome back to AlphaCraft. Here we are over at the base, right at the entrance of the tunnel, and we've got something going on right here. Now, I know, I told you guys that we were going to make ourselves a snow factory, right? Yeah, look at it go! Oh my gosh, this is like the easiest build ever. And the shortest episode ever. We got the snow factory built. Wasn't that awesome? No, I'm just kidding. You know I kid. I like pulling people's legs. Not right out from underneath them. No, that would be cruel. But here we go. We can just do that and click that. And there we go. We got 16 blocks of snow. See how quick and easy that was? Now, what I want to do is I want to be able to just kind of like, this shovel is going to wear out pretty quick, and then we have to do all this manual kind of stuff. If my inventory fills up, then that's a nightmare. What I want to do is I want to be able to set up something that's going to let me make tons and tons and tons of snow. I could actually, in real life, go off and do something else, and I could have my character safe and sound working on making snow. Why do you ask? Well, because snow is going to get used for something very, very important. I want to run over here so I can give you the full, like, grand reveal so you can get the full effect. Because you know what they say, first impression's everything, right? So we're going to do like this. I know you can already see a little bit of it peeking on the left, but you ready? Check that out. See how that's looking? Yeah, I know. Everybody's like, oh, we're going to see a huge mountain and all kinds of snow. No. Settle down. Oh my gosh. This is all I've been able to do by hand. Oh, hello, phone. Lovely alarm going off and everything. Who do you think you are, Piggy, a professional? No, I do this as a hobbyist, so there, I'm allowed. But yeah, this is just snow blocks I've been able to collect by hand, showing you the method that I just showed you. But I wanted to show you this so you could start to see the contrast. See how the gate is now starting to like pop? It's starting to get pushed to the forefront. It's not blending in so much as the gray as it was in previous episodes. Well, that is because we're finally starting to get some snow on here. I want to back up because I want to kind of explain. Oh, it's getting close to nightfall. Maybe I can do this real quick. So what I'm going to do is we're going to cover this with snow right in here. I'm thinking maybe if we get some ice blocks and put them in there, that could be a nice transition between snow and stone. And also we're eventually going to put a whole bunch of trees up in here as well. Now, this right here doesn't look all that grand, does it? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this up to about a peak. We're going to bring it back down, and this is going to go down over here. Now, behind all of this, we're going to have some taller peaks. So what you're going to see is you're going to see gray and stuff. You're going to see snow. And then we will see the gray of another mountain peak peeking out. Oh, see how you did that? Behind the white. And then it will have even more snow on top of it. So it's going to be layers upon layers of different colors and images. Now, I had some different viewers suggest we could use concrete blocks, like concrete gray, without actually getting the block wet, so that way it had a gray. We can use coral blocks. We can use andesite. We can use stone and cobblestone. There's a bunch of different grays. Now, the only problem is I don't know that any of those grays in and of themselves are contrasted enough that we will see a difference. Here's what I mean. Like when we look at this, you can kind of see a difference, because it's cobblestone and regular stone. And I'm going to look at this, or we're going to actually look past it to this, okay? See how this kind of blends? This is a more complicated pattern, but it's still the same basic gray. So I think a whole bunch of andesite from far away, we're not really going to notice like a difference in hue, in the difference in the gray per se, but we will notice a difference in the pattern. So we might be able to use that to our advantage. Just being able to use different colors, slightly subtle different colors that are going to cause different layered effects to be able to show up. But what I need to do today is I need to build with some redstone. I need to get some stuff going because we need to build a device that is going to let us capture a bunch of snow AFK safely. It's going to let us be able to craft all of said snow into snow blocks so that we can continue building on our mountain. So what I need to do is I need to do two things. I need to gather materials. I need to pick a spot. Oh, Spiderweb Ninja's taking a nap. Awesome. Let's go ahead and help her out. I know she's live streaming right at the moment. We'll help her out, and that will cause the night to go by so much quicker. There we go. But But yeah, I need to pick out a good location where we're going to put this thing. I need to get my materials going. But I also want to be able to explain to you how in the world is this thing supposed to work. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something slightly unconventional. I'm going to show you the build. I know I haven't built it yet. Calm down, calm down. What I did is I went in a creative world and I created this structure so that I could make sure that I could get it to work and figure out all the details. And then I've got to come over here and I've actually got to build it in this survival world. So what we're going to do is we're going to go meet up in a creative world because I want to kind of explain to you how this device works. You'll be able to see it better in the creative world. And that way when I build it here, if you can't see all the components and whatnot, you don't have to worry about it being confusing. It'll make more sense. Trust old Piggy, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start scouting the location. We're going to do a little surveying and get all the stuff going. And maybe Mr. Snowman right here. Maybe you, sir, could have a more permanent home and help us actually make real snow. Well, not real snow, but a real impactful amount of snow that we could use to decorate this area, okay? So y'all just sit tight. We're going to go over and meet in a creative world to see how this works. And then we'll come back and see this in the survival world. All right, here we are. This is the crazy redstone contraption that Piggy has designed. Now, I know, it looks like, why have you got stuff over here and then all the way over here? Just trust me, okay? I went ahead and removed all the stuff that's going to be right in here that's like the creative part of the build, the facade that covers up all the redstone mess. Yeah, so it actually looks nice. So that way I could show you how everything works. So the first thing is, over here we have a way to make snowballs. A little snowman stuck in there. I'll show you how this looks. What I did was you know what, let's do that and that. We'll break this and I'll put it back. So what I did was I put a snowman down on a block right here with cobblestone fences stacked on top of each other. And I put the snowman here. This cobblestone fence was right here. And I had a piston and we push the piston forward and it captures the snowman without killing it. And holds it in place, kind of, let's see, I think I can break these blocks. Kind of floating over two different blocks right there. So that will be important in just a minute. And we'll put this back and that back. There we go. So that is also just far enough away from a player. Let's cover that up. Just far enough away from a player where see how you can see, I don't know if YouTube's going to let you see it, but I can actually reach the edge of that snow layer. But I'm far enough away that snowballs are not going to come towards me and get into my inventory. We just have to be very careful not to hit the snowman. I don't know that I can actually reach the snowman from here, but I'm not going to try. Pardon me. So I've got this lever right here. When you flip the lever here, it's going to let this torch turn on. That is going to cause power to go this way, and it's also going to shut off power right here. I think that's how that works. Yeah, okay. This lever right now is powering this. That's what it is. And when we take power away from that, these comparators can start subtracting, and as they subtract down, once they reach 0, all the redstone will shut off. See how it's glowing right now? All that redstone will turn off. When that redstone turns off, it lets this torch turn on. As soon as this torch turns on, this gets powered, and then it has to start subtracting again. So this creates a clock for us. Now we take the power from this clock, and we run it over to this torch, which shuts it off, which allows this torch to stay on, which allows these pistons to set forward. So now that you understand what that's doing, let's come over here. You just hold all these different things in your mind, okay? Trust me, it's going to make sense in just a minute. So when we flip that lever, it's going to let that torch turn on, which is going to send a signal down here to shut off this torch. Shutting off this torch shuts off power here and here. And down here we have another clock, another comparator clock. Now this comparator clock runs, letting this torch power this dispenser, which is going to dispense a shovel every single time the clock counts down. Likewise over here, this power off lets this torch turn on, and sending power here causes this clock to turn on. This clock turned on causes this dropper to fire. Now the reason why I set this dropper up is because when we're collecting snow from the snowman, these blocks will go back and then they'll go forward and the snow gets to drop down in there. But the problem is when you're digging snow, it gets like a velocity. Uh-oh. Let's do this. Weather clear. There we go. And then let's set time. Duh. I think set time is one word. Set time day. Time set day. There, we'll get it right eventually. All right. And then let's make that go away. Okay. So when these retract, the snowballs drop down, but sometimes the snowballs will fling over this way and they'll get hung up where the snowman is standing. So I put hoppers here to collect any of those extra stray snowballs. They go into here. I do need to... Uh-oh. Trust me, this actually works in... This actually works over in the actual world. I think I put the hopper in the wrong spot here. Where do you go, hopper? You go there? We'll fix it later. We'll fix it later. You'll see it in the real world that I've built it in. But anyway, this fires off and it will send the snowballs that make their way down there into here. So we're capturing all the snowballs, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on real quick just so you can see how it works. See it in action. There we go. We've got shovels going through here. And what we do is we'll put blocks in our inventory to fill up all but one slot. And we'll dig with our shovel. And when the shovel runs out, then a new shovel will come into our inventory. But watch this. See how that opens and the snowman just stands there? Because his foot is on the edge of that hopper. And that cobblestone fence is holding his head in place so that he can't get over to this edge and drop down. So it keeps him there. So that lets us get all the snowballs. Now the snowballs are going to get run over here to this area. Now there's a reason. Let's go ahead and shut that off. The reason why I've got this as two modules or in two different areas is because this machine lets us make and collect and create snowballs. And then it sends the snowballs over here. They go up this column and they go forward to this spot. And this spot is circular. It will just... let's see here. Let's get ourselves some snow. Let's get ourselves some edumacation so we can learn to spell, right? And there we go. Okay, so when I start throwing snowballs in, they're disappearing. Why are they disappearing, Piggy? Well, see, if the things fill up, then it will keep washing this way. And it'll go in a circle, and then it'll get back here, and it'll keep going in a circle. That helps it get distributed. But right here, I've got hoppers underneath blocks of ice. And what I've done is kind of a similar thing that I did with the sheep farm. Let's see here. We need a rail. We want a minecart hopper. Let's go ahead and get... You know what? Let's do some ice so you can actually see what's going on. That would be cool. So we're going to put this down. Now what's tricksy is this has to be done specifically on a certain XY coordinate. Now I think in newer Minecraft they're going to change it where rails are not going to work the same way. But we have to make it where the rails are facing east to west. If you do it north to south, it will change the position of the minecart and then it won't work. So let's see here. We want to put that there. I'm just going to block this around, and underneath this rail would be a hopper. Okay. Oh, we're going to need a piston, Piggy. Come on now. So what you do is you will put a piston pointed this way. We'll put our hopper minecart this way. Now see how it's left to right? Watch what happens when I break the track underneath it. You see how it changed position? Now it's forward to back. If you did it the opposite and it stayed left to right, as you started trying to put them next to each other, they're just slightly wider than one block and they'll start pushing each other around. They push each other out of position, so it won't work. So we'll get our block of ice right here. We'll push that forward. And now look, the hopper's trapped inside the block of ice. And if I throw something on top of the ice, it gets pulled right through, which is just awesome. So that's how that's working. Snowballs come up here. They get pulled straight through into this and get sucked down into this collection system. And I have got these droppers. I've got 16 in total. So this can hold a whole lot of snowballs. And then what happens is we've got another little clock system set up right here. You flip this lever and it's going to send a pulse up this way, and this pulse powers this redstone that goes over the top of all of these droppers. So watch what happens. We'll flip the lever. Here come the snowballs. So you get snowballs raining down. Snowballs keep raining on my head. They keep raining down. The ones you don't collect get washed in here. They go back up. And they come back up here and get collected. So it's a closed system. You don't lose any snowballs. See how they're moving forward? They're moving forward because that minecart hopper is full. So they just keep scooching forward. That's what that little system is for. So let's flip this off. So what you would do is you would stand looking at the crafting bench and you would craft snowballs into snow blocks. Now, once you've got snow blocks, you can throw snow blocks. Did you know this? Let's see here. Snow. Let's get ourselves a stack of snow blocks. They get washed up. How'd that one do that? I don't know how that did that, but it's okay because it'll just get spat back out into the system. I guess it was moving too fast. Well, what ends up happening is we got a filter right here filtering out snow blocks. And these snow blocks, that weather, I tell you what, it's persistent. The snow blocks get washed down into this collection area. So we can create snowballs. We can collect the snowballs into a storage system. Then later on, we can have those snowballs shot at us. We can craft them into snow blocks and just toss them into the water, and they will get filtered into their own system. So that's what this system is. That's how this works. Now, the only thing that I'm kind of like wishing was a little bit different was this system right in here. Like, this is a backed up storage system, but the way this works is snowballs come in, and as they fill up here, they keep moving forward. It would be nice if I could figure out a way to take the snowballs coming from there and get them to evenly distribute amongst all of the droppers, because what would end up happening is for every pulse you should get 16 snowballs into the water stream. That's if all of the droppers were full of snow. And so that means that every pulse you would be able to make four snow blocks is how it would work. So you would get a rain down on you pretty fast of snowballs that you can convert. Right now, the way this works is I have to sit AFK over here for a long time until this whole machine gets filled up. So I'm kind of working on an idea. How in the world do I get this system to let me distribute evenly all the snowballs into the system? But for now, this is what we got going on. So if I can improve that and make that work better, then that's what we'll do. But that's how this works. That's this crazy contraption that Piggy has come up with so that we can start making snow, so that we can start making our mountain look really, really pretty. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back over to AlphaCraft, and I'm going to show you this. I've actually built it in AlphaCraft and got it tested and working. I'm going to show you it working, and I'm going to show you the nice little decorative build around it, and then we're going to get to decorating that mountain and try to make it look a little bit nicer, all right? So you guys just sit tight. I'm going to shut this world down, and I'll meet you over in the server world. And here we are back over at the base. This place is not looking great, is it? It's a work in progress, I tell you. We're going to get this place spiffy and nice, I promise. But right over here, right here, this is the home of our snow factory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eventually rework this. Like I said, we're working in layers. We're working in passes. So for right now, I've just got like a basic premise of a cave worked out, like a little cave off to the side. And I kind of experimented a little bit with just trying some different shapes and stuff in the walls, and a little bit of cobblestone kind of in the recessed areas, just to give it a little bit of depth and a little bit of character. And then we've got just like some very, very basic, almost copying the same style as what you would find in like a Minecraft mine shaft. Just copying a very basic style of support beams. But instead of it being like even and across and down, figured I'd mix it up just a little bit. And then we come into here. We've got just a little bit of snow. Tells us we're getting into a snowy cold area with some ice. We got some nice little icicles going. And is the sun almost down? It's getting there. Okay, well, just in case we're in this area and we need a spot to sleep, here you go. We got a nice little bed with a little bit of light going on that's not melting the snow. And all these snow layers are too deep. Like you place a layer and then you place a layer on top of it, which makes it spawn-proof. So I was able to use half slabs of stone, so you can kind of see the separation right there, and path blocks, and 2 layers of snow, and I got the little solid blocks underneath just so we can actually see it peeking up from the path blocks. But we've got little snowy areas, and then I thought this would be cool, like maybe some of it's starting to melt, so we got these little puddles. We got some cool icicles in here, and just a nice little room. Looky there, looky there. So over here on this side, this is our little spot with the shovels. Let's see here. I was going to say, I've got so much junk that's really starting to pile up. I know what you're saying. There's not a lot of junk in there, but there is in there. Let's see here. So I've got this. These are the blocks that we're going to use, and what I'm doing is holding down on the right mouse button, and it let me distribute everything except for one spot. And a little message to Piggy in case he forgets. We're going to put the shovels in there. So let's come in here. We can close the door. Now we're nice and safe in here, and nothing can get us. We're going to flip the lever. And then we just start digging. And watch here. See how that floor moved? And then it comes back. And then in a second or two, the floor is going to move. And there we go. And then we've got shovels that just keep being fed by us, drop down, go into the system, and recirculate. And so what ends up happening is when this shovel breaks, we've only got one slot open. A new shovel will pass by and it will go into our slot, and we'll just keep digging. Yes, we will. So let's go ahead and whoop, toss you down there. You'll go back into the system. Now, the only concern I have with this system is this gets a little frustrating trying to hop out of there. We have a thing on the server called clear lag, which every so many minutes, every loose item gets deleted. And so that keeps the server from slowing down, having tons and tons of loose items everywhere. So every once in a while, whatever snowballs have not been collected or are still moving through the system are going to get deleted, and any of the shovels moving, they're going to get deleted. So that's why I'm not using diamond shovels here, because I don't want to have those suckers get deleted right in the middle of using them. That would stink. But we've got tons of iron on the server, so I've just got myself right here. I've got iron. I had some wood here. We'll have to make another run. I think I might need to start working on a tree farm here, just so we have a renewable source of wood as well. But then over here, we've got this cool room, so we'll close this up. Here's that. This is all starting to make sense, isn't it? And watch this. Just let it rain down. Here they come. Now, right now, I've only gotten enough snowballs to fill up maybe 1, maybe 2 droppers. So we don't have a lot of snowballs coming our way, but we are slowly filling it up. So all you have to do is hold shift and then left click that and just keep doing that. And it's going to keep letting us make snow blocks. And then I'll just take that snow block and toss it out of my inventory, and it goes down through the system, and it's going to end up in the storage. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and we'll get you out of there. Go ahead and convert these. We'll toss those. Snowballs will go back into the system, and so will the snow blocks. And then check this out. See, here they come. So we've got ourselves a snow factory, a way to make snow blocks, which is just absolutely awesome. Let's see here. I think... Yep, I was going to say it looks like it's dark, so this is our little safety spot. So, and look, we can even look out there and see. Now, eventually you won't be able to. Eventually, oh, get off the... Eventually you won't be able to tell if it's day or night by looking out there, and I'm not going to tell you what that means. You're just going to have to keep tuning in to figure out what old Piggy is talking about. Let's grab this. I want to get this just in case we run into some bad guys, and let's take some fish. We've been eating carrots, but it's good to get a little bit of protein. So let's get some fish. That and that. I just want to show you this real quick. For those of y'all maybe are newer to the channel, you haven't seen this before. But usually when I do a redstone build, I go ahead and encase it. I encase it in very boring looking blocks for 2 reasons. One, it's a maintenance room. So I want it to feel like a maintenance room. went in and filled in those corners. So if any mobs get in the corners and you're standing there, they can't reach through the corner and kill you. But the second thing is, I am not going to be building anything in this area that's a solid wall of these type of blocks. So if for ever any reason I start digging through the mountain, or I'm having to expand or add on, if I run into this pattern of blocks, it tells me immediately stop what you're doing. Don't dig any further, because you're about to break into an area that's got complexity, and if you break into it, you might tear something up. Now, this is funny. I had blocks right here to keep creepers from coming in while I was working, and I broke them to go out, and there was a trader, and he just wandered in and brought his llamas. So we got that fella stuck in here for now. We might be able to get him out of here later. I'm just kind of hop up here real quick. We can climb around the system if we need to inspect it, check and see how things are going. And everything's all encased and enclosed. And everything is lit up so that we don't get any lag, because if you have a dark room, when redstone turns on, it gives off light source. So it can actually cause lag. So we've got light in areas where there's redstone that'll flicker, so we don't have to worry about lag spikes. All the surfaces that mobs could spawn on have half slabs or something on them to keep things from spawning. So this whole room is safe. It's just awesome, and it all works. And let's see, how did I have that set up? Somehow that, this block is underneath where I've got it going to that spot. That's what it is. So, yeah. Good job, Piggy. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm tired. Boy, I've been working hard. I tell you what, Pig's work is never done. Let's go ahead and close this up. So that is my snow factory, which is just awesome. And that snow factory is going to let us cover this mountain in snow, which is just amazing. So if you enjoyed this episode, please click that like button. And if you want to see more of these as I release them, you're not already subscribed, and you want to subscribe, go ahead and click the button. Click that subscribe button, and then that way, if you also click notification bell, right next to subscribe button, see a little bit of snow going on there. We got a little bit more expansion going. If you click on both of those, not only will you be subscribed to the channel, but you'll also get notified whenever new videos come out, and they'll also show up in your subscription feed. So every time Piggy puts out a video, you can see what's going on. And don't forget, down in the description box also is links to all the Alpha's channels, to the Alpha website, and also the fan Discord, so you can hang out in Discord and chit-chat with everybody. But I'm going to go ahead and start just AFKing, making a ton of snow, because we got a ton of snow to make. We got a ton of snow to lay down. Make this mountain. Oh my gosh. Talk about work. A pig's work is never done, I tell you. But thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to get all that stuff ready for next episode, and that is when I hope to see you, is in the next episode of AlphaCraft.